Vocaloid, a genre that you either love or really, really hate. For me personally, I get a lot of pushback for saying I even enjoy the genre in general, which really isn't that surprising. I understand why some of the vocal synthesizers as opposed to a real human voice can be a turnoff to some people. Additionally, I've never really bothered joining any Vocaloid fandoms, but you know what? That's actually a really good thing, because my opinion will not be influenced by anyone else. Yes, every single take on this is going to be 100,000% my own. That being said, please for my own sanity, if you hear a bad take, don't call it rage bait. It's called thinking for yourself, and you should try it sometimes. Yes, this is what I think is the 20th best Vocaloid sound. Now, before you call me a normie or a new gen, which both those are totally warranted, I'll have you know, I've listened to like 15 Vocaloid albums. See? I'm an experienced listener, right? Sure, this song's extremely popular, but it's for good reason. The song immediately envelops you with a hypnotic percussive line and a chaotic melody, which sounds like something you would hear in a rhythm game. Believe it or not, when I first listened to it upon its initial release, I didn't like it for that exact reason. However, the more and more I look into the genius of the song, the more I love it. There are people out there who have analyzed the music video far better than I could, so I'll just leave some links in the description if you want a more deeper dive into the meaning of the song. Even off the music alone, this thing is nuts! An immediate punching tempo at quarter note equals 185. Insanely fast vocals that are both simultaneously consonant and dissonant with the instrumentals. The more airy flow on Teto contrasting with the more high-pitched and squealing vocals from Hatsune Miku. The sound effects just further add on to the chaos. And did I forget to mention the dynamic mixing and bonkers polyrhythms? This song is a compositional masterpiece on top of already having a near-perfect music video and story. Sure, it's likely going to become the most popular song of this genre, but it sure as heck earned that spot. You know, I was really on the fence with this pick. Not because I feel obligated to put this on the list, but because there's another song of similar nature that I love almost equally as much. However, I gotta admit this one is objectively better. First off, I absolutely love the acoustic guitar coupled with the dissonant acoustic piano chords. Not to mention, the lyrics really resonate with the state of my life currently. The song perfectly depicts depression and crippling self-doubt in a way that is neither patronizing nor corny. It's all about going through the motions while constantly hating yourself and preferring not to exist at all. The music video complements its themes almost perfectly as well. This honestly is objectively one of the best Vocaloid songs of all time, and yet somehow it's only number 19? Do you aspire to be a communist dictator? Do you aspire to torture people who have hurt you? I hope not. That sounds pretty psychotic. But if you do, then I have the perfect song for you! This song is frickin' beautiful. It starts off with an electric guitar arpeggio in the key of F sharp minor, with eerie creaking sounds in the background that slowly crescendos into this J-rock banger, with a string orchestra added on top of that. And that's the first frickin' 20 seconds! The song is a masterful apocalyptic-style rock ballad between the Kagame siblings. Additionally, the lyrics, albeit vague, are rather heart-wrenching. They aren't exactly on the nose, but this song goes deep into its themes of isolation, bullying, and trying to be a good person despite horrible circumstances. Guys, do you think Kim Il-sung was bullied in middle school? And yes, I am aware that there are a couple songs by Neru that go much more in depth and are less subtle with these themes, but this song in a way feels like the center point to his entire discography. However, and this might be a bit of a strange take, I kind of prefer the song to be covered by a live vocalist. I know, shocker considering this is a Vocaloid top 20. I don't know, maybe it's just that I don't like Rin and Len. I mean, they kind of contributed nothing in the Miku movie. Oh boy. First of many Siinamota songs on this list. Buckle up, because there's going to be a lot more. I mean, like, almost half this list. This might be completely unhinged to say, but I believe this is the best opening track to an album of all time. Like, what do you want me to say? You're immediately thrown into this isolated 3D environment with some of the best tuning of Gumi I've ever heard. Even the lyrics are extremely dark, but that's to be expected from this guy. The production is super captivating with these catchy percussive lines, video game-esque synthesizers, the dynamic mixing, and of course that frickin' bass line. Given the track is a little bit compositionally basic, but that doesn't prevent this from being an absolute banger opening to Ulterior Setsuna Pop. Honestly, my proper thoughts on the song can't be articulated well unless I go ahead and explain the entire album, so I'll just leave it at that. Seriously though, please stream Ulterior Setsuna Pop right now. It's one of the best albums of all time. another popular Vocaloid song. I promise this will be the last one. What can I really say about the song that hasn't been said already? This is easily one of the darkest pieces of music ever composed, and it's not really hard to see why. The core piano motif in the key of B minor gets quickly enveloped with a really intense drumline and electric guitar. There's such a strong sense of urgency and panic within the instrumentals alone. The song itself is extremely dark, arguably the darkest entry on this entire list. It's about a girl who's dealing with deep depression, with a constant desire to stop living, and unfortunately the track concludes with her making peace with death and ending herself. There's nothing remotely happy nor inspiring about this. It's desolation in its purest form and nothing more. There's no hope, encouragement, inspiration, nothing! Even I haven't really listened to much more of Wawaka's discography, hence why I decided to put this entry on the list. So please let me know if there's other songs by him that you think are better than this one. Also, may he rest in peace. You know, it kind of feels weird to put this so low, but here we are. Utsopu, otherwise known as Lying in Hamburger language. This song has such a catchy intro with live clapping before transitioning into a beautiful duet between Gumi and Audio. Audio, of course, being an Vocaloid of Siinamota himself. Of course, the lyrics are extremely dark and depressing, but this song is freaking catchy, man. Of course, every song by him you're gonna get a really strong percussive line, and this is no exception. But in this case, the percussion sounds a bit more bitified and compressed, with a swing tempo that sounds more like a metronome. Couple that with a background piano which also sounds like a percussive line, and many strings right before the drop after the bridge, and you have one of the best produced Vocaloid songs of all time. You know what I just realized? This is the third song from Ulterior Setsuna Pop on this list. So I guess that kind of reveals one of my all-time favorite albums. But you know what? I don't care. This song is a perfect late night listen. High glockenspiel intro transitioning into this accordion anthem featuring Rin is so beautiful. Sure, there are a few unconventional sound effects as well, but you know what? I freaking love unconventional sound effects. Give me more unconventional sound effects. I need unconventional. As usual, it features a really strong percussive line with claps being used and MIDI strings. There are some moments where the song feels very minimalist, but it doesn't really have to do that much. This song is perfect to listen to, especially when you're driving late at night near a major city. It feels so isolating and yet so beautiful at the same time. Alright, finally done with this album, for now at least. But are we done with Siinamota? The answer is... This song is near perfection. Apparently it's based on a manga that is also of the same name. No matter what the origins are, this song is a J-rock masterpiece. As usual, it's extremely moody and low paced for the most part. I just can't contain myself any longer! You wanna know why this is number 13? It's because of this! Honestly, I don't even need to say anymore. Alright, I just realized I've been talking about the exact same artist for the past few entries, so I do apologize because there are 2 more entries by the exact same artist on here. I'm just that big of a fan of Siinamota, but I think it'd be a sin to talk all this much about Siinamota without putting one of his most iconic songs on this list, which is... I mean, come on, I have to include this one. This thing is a friggin' classic. I absolutely love how authentic and minimalist the instrumental feels. You have a melodica along with an acoustic guitar at the beginning, and then later on this track builds to have also a bass guitar and a pretty catchy drum line along with the previous 2 instruments stated. And of course, you can't forget the frickin'... I don't even know what this sound effect is called, but this is in almost every single Siinamota song, and I absolutely love it to death. And of course, you can't go a second without talking about the music video. This music video is iconic. If you haven't seen it, then watch it right now. Stop watching this video. You know what? Don't even watch till the end of this video. Just delete this video. Pretend this video doesn't exist, and then just watch Strobe Light over and over again until your eyes fall out. This one is a rather controversial pick. Not because this is an objectively bad song or anything, but apparently it's widely considered to be the worst song on Alive. And I'm here to tell you that it's actually one of the best on that album. First of all, the level of immersion in the song is absolutely bonkers. First of all, this track includes the frickin' audio to a flight safety demonstration before takeoff. As if someone is like singing a lullaby to you late at night before going on a flight to either go far away or return home. It's also extremely reminiscent of all of Siinamota's discography. It accomplishes through light piano runs, fuzzy synths, and a very soft tune of Miku. The surprising part is that it doesn't even include a guitar or a very punchy percussive line. And of course, towards the end, you get the strobe series motif as the outro. Can you not tell me that's not freaking legendary? Especially considering this is one of the final songs Siinamota ever made. It feels like we're almost going full circle back to his first breakout song. It's legitimately insane. As a result, the song essentially plays out as a thank you note for listening and supporting his music throughout the years. And quite frankly, I think that's really beautiful. Now please go on Album of the Year and rate this much higher. I am begging you. That was a lot of talk about Siinamota. Let's take a break and talk about some English Vocaloid. If you've been following any recent Vocaloid releases, you probably know who Jamie Page is. She primarily makes songs using the Utaloid Kasane Teto instead of traditional Vocaloids like Hatsune Miku or Kagame Rin. She's definitely made quite a few songs, and I can't say I've been the biggest fan of them, especially her latest release, Bird Brain, which I thought was just okay. However, about last year, she released one of the best songs, which in my opinion is easily the best song of 2024, and that is... Where has this song been all my life? Seriously! This song is by far the best English Vocaloid song I've ever heard! Yeah, compositionally it's a little bit basic, but thematically it's beautiful! Oh no, canonically Kasane Teto isn't a real Vocaloid. She was originally made as an April Fool's joke to be a parody of Hatsune Miku. Yet over time she became increasingly popular thanks to the growing fanbase around her. And of course, we all know classics such as Teto Territory and Triple Baka, but for the longest time since 2011, she seemed to be fully forgotten. That was until this. And Mesmerizer came along and basically rocketed her into the mainstream. And what a perfect song to accomplish this. Everything about this gorgeous piece of music is perfect. From the instrumentation to the writing to the music video, it's perfect. Everything. I legit have nothing to complain about it. Honestly, when I first listened to this, I was in such a mentally bad place that I almost got moved to tears and then wrote this schizophrenic yap session that I think sums up my thoughts pretty well. Now please, this is one of the most beautiful songs of all time and listen to it right now! Oh, the Kagero project. I really have a complicated relationship with this multimedia franchise. Not because I dislike it or anything, but because there's both simultaneously a few songs that I really enjoy and a few songs that I really hate. Now, there is one certain song that I feel like, if you know me enough, I would have probably placed this on the list. But then the more I thought about it, the more I actually enjoy. I mean, come on, this song is the freaking centerpiece to this entire series. The amount of attention to detail within the lyrics alone is maddening. I can't really go into a deep dive analysis of this song because number one, I am really freaking stupid, and number two, some bread guy already did it a few years back. And I guess the song technically contains spoilers for the entire series, so there's that as well. But aside from that, this is Jin's magnum opus. The instrumentals are perfect from the drum line to the chaotic guitar riffs and the very dynamic mixing. And don't even get me started on the final bridge around the 3-minute mark. This moment in the music video is peak cinema. 11 out of 10. Avengers Endgame could barely imagine achieving something as groundbreaking as this. Everything about the song, from the instrumentality to the writing to the music video, everything is will probably be as close as Jin will ever get to making a perfect song. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I dare you. Do it in the comments. Alright, well, that was a nice break. Back to the Siinamota trenches we go. Do you hate yourself? And I mean really, really hate yourself. You self-doubt and question every single minor action you've ever done in your entire life? Well, I think here's your national anthem. What else about Siinamota can I say that I haven't already said before? Oh wait, he adds on to his style by adding in the spoken crowd performance of himself, as if he's speaking his inner thoughts out loud, or saying what his own audience thinks about him. It almost feels like Hatsune Miku is a real person live performing as she questions her self-worth as an artist. Meanwhile, the audience keeps reassuring her to keep going while also demanding things out of her. It's such a poetic ode to artist-fan-based relationships, and I don't think this could have been executed more perfectly. Oh boy, this one is a contender for the most convoluted title of any Vocaloid song. Honestly, the only reason why this one is so high is because of its music video. This isn't just strobe lights on steroids, it is strobe lights on crystal meth! The video takes place in school, and honestly, it provides perfect visuals to exactly what I see during my first period class on a Monday morning. A bit of a tangent, but one time one of my classmates in my first period class junior year took photos of me without my consent and later admitted to jerking off to them after school. Much like that incident, the video for this song dives into what possibly could be going on in Siinamota's mind during high school. And exactly what went on my mind during high school, because I watched this video over and over again. You have people committing suicide, titties in your face, annoying people blocking your way in the halls, classrooms filling up with water as you slowly drown, and of course a bunch of humanoid cat things. Like a lot of those cats. You know me in real life and have gone to the same school as me, you know I like to act like a freaking lunatic. Well, this song is 10,000% to blame. I just realized I've gone too much into detail without talking about the music itself. This song is an absolute jam to listen to. It's super ear-warming with one of the catchiest choruses of any Vocaloid song, and the lyrics that make so little sense that they cannot be properly translated. And of course you have the weird video game sound effects as well and the video game inspired synthesizer. This song is honestly the reason why I like to think of real life as a video game, and you are just my NPCs in the way. Have you ever gone to a food court or restaurant alone, listening to the ambience around you, the ongoing chaos as you slowly drift into your mind? The feeling I get whenever I listen to the song. Sure, it's really long, limited in lyrical content, vague, and spacey, but it's very hypnotic. Its 7-minute runtime flies by with its soft piano passages, a buzzing bass line, glitchy chops, and of course an occasional guitar and drum set during the more forte parts of this piece. This song is slow and spacey, yet never gets boring once. It's almost a glitchy lullaby in a way. And when the song finally pays off, it pays off big. There's legitimately nothing I can think of to improve this song. It's perfect. And this is easily the best song on the album Ulterior Setsuna Pop. We're finally done with talking about that frickin' thing. Alright, let's move on to Siinamota now. Occasionally, some people are so disgusted with my music taste, they can't help but ask, where did it all go wrong? Well, let me tell you, it wasn't Yoasobi or Siinamota or any of the John Cena memes or any of the traumatic brain injuries I experienced as a kid. It was... I remember first listening to the song on the final day of 2017. Back then, I was a really edgy, senile kid who absolutely hated everything about his life at the time. I made it a point to make no friends and aggravate as many people as humanly possible. On top of that, I generally despised music. And yet when I first played this song, I felt a strong sense of euphoria, as if music can be this gorgeous. This song has been explained extensively, so I'll keep my remarks brief. This song is a duet between a robot and a person, the robot being the Vocaloid Ivana, and the person being Porter Robinson himself. The sounds of this song are enveloping and pretty, but never overindulgent nor idealistic. It's beautiful but also tragic. Storytelling on this one is very on the nose, and I like that a lot. This song was essentially my gateway drug into Vocaloid. Okay, I know this song has been mostly Siinamota stuff, but hear me out for a second. Almost everything about this song is exciting, from the subtle synths to the bass line, and don't even get me started on that drum line. This song is perhaps one of the best drum solos of any Vocaloid song ever. It's one of the most technically impressive songs I've ever heard. And the fact that Mota did this just to make rock music is insane. What's even more insane is the fact that this song has only 100,000 plays on Spotify. Get that number up now! Honestly, I don't know what else to say. No matter how hard I try to talk about this piece of music, I'm underselling it. Just please stream it right now, I'm begging you. You know what's weird? We're all the way down at the third to last entry and I still have yet to mention Sasakure. His style of Vocaloid content is quite unique. His songs love to describe fictional worlds. More specifically, he loves to talk about the apocalypse, especially in his earlier works. I mean, his debut album has the word Doomsday in it. Given, I do find a lot of his work to be a bit generic and derivative. However, there is one really big exception, and that is... The song is a culmination of all of Sasakure's strengths without falling into any cliches. This isn't a song anymore. This is a melodic journey. Its key changes and time signature changes take you on this beautiful journey between acts, from the intro in E flat to the bridge in E with the 6/8 to 2/4 polyrhythms into the main chorus in G and eventually the finale in the key of A flat. Everything about the song, from the instrumentation to the lyrics to the video, is done to absolute perfection, and holy crap, the video to the song is extremely dark. I honestly do not believe that Sasakide will be able to top this romantic era compositional work of art. Honestly, just watch the music video for this song and you will understand why I revere this so high. This is not a song, it's a journey, a complete reflection on all of Siinamota's life up to this point. The song starts off softly in the key of E major, using perfect fourths within the main melody and a simple electric guitar mirroring the vocals. And then you get... This is the perfect intro to what is essentially a 7-minute long rock ballad. The writing here feels so authentic, as if you're listening to a friend just vent about his entire life. Even through the vocals of Miku, there is a strong sense of authenticity. We don't talk about the original release, that doesn't count, we're talking about the album version. We all want to move on from bad memories and experiences and only reminisce on the good things. And yet that's tragically impossible. The song's repetition, constant key changes, and of course the amazing video from Rail perfectly reflects that. The 7.5 minutes feel completely natural with not a single dull minute. The song just slowly builds on itself in the most satisfying way possible. Alright, I know pretty much this entire list has contained stuff by Siinamota, which you might be really annoyed at, but trust me when I say this song may be easily one of the best songs ever written in the 21st century. Not just in Vocaloid, but in music entirely.
1, 2, 3, 4!
What a perfect conclusion to Siinamota's final album. This song essentially plays as an autobiography of the first 2 decades of his entire life, starting at his early childhood and then concluding at the state of his career at the time. There are several moments in which he contemplates his decisions throughout life, but chooses to keep on moving forwards anyways. The song just builds on itself until reaching what is arguably the best bridge and finale of any song ever. I can't even perfectly describe why I love this song so much, but I do. This song covers everything from relationships to internal struggles to one's career and prospects in life, and regret. In a way, it seems like the end credits to Siinamota's entire discography, and a perfect album closer. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think there will ever be a Vocaloid song that tops this for me personally. The context behind it, as well as the nearly perfect writing, instrumentals, and vocals, create what is my favorite Vocaloid song of all time.